Chelsea FC need to sign a new striker ASAP. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be talking about Chelsea and the issues we have scoring the goddamn ball. Anyways, to get into it, I'm going to be talking about two players today that I think we should sign in the January transfer market when it opens if we cannot solve our issues up in the final third and scoring goals. But yeah, just to get into it, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be sharp with you. I'm going to be quick. Victor Osimhen and Ivan Toney are the two players that we could, should, and probably will sign in the 2024 January transfer market. It would be, yes. So Victor Osimhen, he'll be about 100 million to 120 million if we decide to go for him, I believe. Could be more, but you never know. I think that's the ballpark estimation of how much he's going to be. And yeah, signing a player of his caliber would be immense. I think he's a world-class striker. And there's a few of his kind. Haaland, Osimhen, Harry Kane. There's not many players on that level at the 9 role today in modern day football. Most of the good strikers have gotten old, and the new ones haven't developed fully yet. Obviously, there's players like Højlund, like I said, but he's not developed into a world-class player yet. No chance. But yeah, Victor Osimhen is one of a few players right now who are at the top of the world in the 9 role of the striker role, obviously, and I think signing him would be great. It would be very impressive. He's worth a lot of money, and we're one of the few teams that can afford to buy him. One of the best things about being a Chelsea football fan, but it is what it is. I'm not sure if we're gonna get him because obviously it's Victor Osimhen, and I think we're trying to, as a club, spend a bit less money after a huge splurge and a lot of backlash from where we are on the league table right now. But yeah, signing him would be a statement, and I think we need to either sign him or Ivan Toney. Now, Ivan Toney would be a much more budget option. I believe 60 million, maybe 80 million, possibly. It depends on Brentford. But yeah, Ivan Toney, he's a great player as well. I'd say he's a level below world class. Obviously, he had a very impressive season with Brentford in his last season that he played, which he scored 20 goals and 4 assists. 20 goals in the Premier League is very, very impressive, especially doing it at a club like Brentford, where you're not going to get as much chances. And in Chelsea Football Club, you will be getting these chances. We have players like Cole Palmer and obviously Conor Gallagher, who's now surprisingly improved, and he's now given more chances to players in the final third, which we can see in these recent games. He's been very impressive, but that's a discussion for another video. Today I'm going to be talking about who we need to sign and why, right? So, Victor Osimhen and Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney is probably going to be almost half the price, but he's definitely not half the worth. He's a very good striker, but I've heard talks with him and Arsenal, so he might be going to a club like that. But obviously, with Chelsea Football Club, like the money talks, honestly. And one of the best things about being a Chelsea Football Club fan. But yeah, I think we need to sign one of them. Either one of them would be great, but at least one of them. If we fail to sign either one, and Nicholas Jackson or Broha has not kind of fixed our problems in the final third, then that is a problem, and we're probably going to be finishing like 9th or 8th in the league. But I believe if we sign one of these two players, we're going to elevate in the Premier League rankings by a lot. Like, honestly, I think a top 5 finish, if we sign like Victor Osimhen or Ivan Toney, is very realistic with the squad we've got, as long as we don't finish like 15th by the time we're in the transfer market. That's a different story. But that's not gonna happen to us. Our faith in my football club, and yeah, we're gonna elevate in the Premier League rankings one way or another. But if we get a striker, then that elevation is going to be tenfold. So, like I said, Ivan Toney scored 20 goals and 4 assists in his last season, whereas Victor Osimhen, he went ahead and scored 26 goals and 4 assists in the Italian Serie A league. Now, I've heard there might be issues with an Italian striker coming into the Premier League. It won't be the same ground, the same type of football, and that they're going to struggle. I've heard that from a couple YouTubers like True Jordan and Joey Knight. But honestly, I think that Victor Osimhen is a player that his potential and his talent speaks for itself. He's not a fraud, if you know what I mean. Like, if he comes to the Premier League with his power, with his pace, with his build, he'll fit right in. Like, when you talk about a Premier League striker, you're probably thinking about a big lad, a strong physique, and Victor Osimhen's got that. I think he'll fit in beautifully into today's modern Premier League, and especially in Chelsea Football Club. Like I said, we're creating chances, we're just not scoring them. I think Nicholas Jackson has an expected goal ratio of or not ratio, but an expected goals of 13 or something, and he's got like 4 or 5. Like, it's mad. And I think that if Victor Osimhen were in those situations, we'd be about 4th in the league right now, or 3rd maybe. Like, Victor Osimhen, man, he's gonna help us a lot. Or Ivan Toney, they're both really good. But personally, I prefer Victor Osimhen, even though he's more expensive. Why? Because he's 24 years old. If we sign him, he's here for the long term, and he's a great player. If we sign him, I think he can get 30 goals. Like, he's going to be rivaling Haaland. He's going to be the second best striker in the Premier League. No one's going to come near. Like, Nunez is a bit rough on the edges. I think he's going to have a good season this year compared to last year, but he's not going to be a top 2 striker in the Premier League. No chance. I think Victor Osimhen will be that player. He will be the rival to Haaland. And if he does that, obviously Chelsea Football Club are going to be one of the best teams in the Premier League, which we are currently struggling to do because we can't get the ball in the back of the net. Now, Ivan Toney is also a great player. If we sign him, I'm happy, even if we don't sign Victor Osimhen, because I believe he's also going to score a lot of goals for us in this specific team we have right now, the chances we're creating, and I'd love either one, to be honest. I'm not going to complain. But I think it's a must to sign a number 9, as long as we're struggling right now, and obviously it's not looking too good for the short-term future. I think we need a striker. I want to give Nicholas Jackson a chance. I really do. But I think we're about 11 games into the season or something, and he's not performed more than maybe 2 games. So I'm really worried, and we need to fix our problems soon, because at this rate we're going to finish without European football, which can be a good thing, but I don't think we're ready to charge for the title, so there's no point. I think, honestly, best case scenario, we get Europa League this year, a qualification I mean, and then next year we win the Europa League, the lads get some morale, they get a trophy under their names, and from then on we rocket forward to the English Premier League title. And yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys want to sign Victor Osimhen or Ivan Toney? Which do you prefer, and why? And if there's another striker that you want that I'm maybe missing out, who's a realistic target, let me know in the comments. But yeah, guys, this was me. Please like and subscribe, and I'm going to see you next video next week.